Well, it's that time of the year when the canals are filling up with water, and we have to remind our kids and maybe the babysitters to stay a safe distance away. Joining us now is Fire Captain Scott Hall from the Boise Fire Station #1. And thank you, first of all, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So what makes canals more dangerous than other bodies of water?
Well, canals have very cold water in them. The water comes from the bottom of Lucky Peak Reservoir, and that water can be in the 40s and 50s all summer long, even in the high heat. So hypothermia is a problem, then you lose dexterity if you're in the water for too long. But the other problems are more associated with moving water and the fact that we have slippery banks, and banks are designed to move water efficiently, not for people or pets to get out of. So we want to keep people out of the water for those reasons. Also, access is a problem. Many of the canals that we see look like the New York Canal. Sometimes you drive over, it looks like they have nice driveways along the side of them, but many of the canals actually have trees that are lining the sides and make access for rescue very difficult. And then we also have a situation where we could have strainers because of those trees and shrubs. And then we also have a situation where many of our canals actually go underground, and obviously rescue is very difficult in those situations.
So what happens if someone does accidentally or maybe end up in a canal? What should you do?
Well, the first thing obviously is to call 911 to get the professionals coming to perform the rescue. Knowing your location is very key so we can begin to make those access decisions correctly and immediately. Things you could do, if you had a rope of some type, you could throw a rope. You could also reach with something like a long tree branch to help slow them down, to keep them from progressing down the canal into maybe even a more dangerous situation. If you had some type of flotation device, you could throw that to them. That would assist them in maintaining their head at the surface. The last thing that we don't want you to do is to go after a person. Many of those people become second victims themselves, and we need to try to minimize that extra risk level that we would have to take at that point.
Good advice there. What about when it comes to pets?
Yeah, pets, it's very tempting to let your pets swim in there, but the second you see your pet starting to have trouble, a lot of pet owners like myself feel very connected to those animals, and we don't want to have to try to rescue them and put ourselves into those dangers. So pets, people should not swim near the canals. Don't be tempted to cool off in the canals.
Do you have a message for parents or caregivers who have children? And, right now is the summertime, and like you mentioned, we shouldn't be in there, but what do you want folks to know?
Well, choose those safe places. Think ahead of time and make good decisions. Don't be tempted on that 105-degree day that we might get in Boise to see a nice calm looking canal and think, oh, this will be fine. Because the next thing you know, you're going to be moving downstream towards those dangerous hydraulics and those other dangers. And it looks inviting, but it is illegal, but it's also not a place for us to go to. So please stay out of the canals with your pets and your children.
All right, a lot of good information there. Captain Hall with the Boise Fire Department, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you very much.